Hello, microcurrent fans, do-it-yourself skincare enthusiasts, and fellow estheticians. My name is Christine Byer. I am a licensed esthetician in the state of Indiana. I'm in Fishers, near Indianapolis. I've been an esthetician for 17 years, and I am so excited to get back to you. I haven't done a video. I think it's been over a month. Sorry. We moved. This is my new treatment room. I'm very excited about that. Lots more space and everything is new, so that was very exciting. Went out to Palm Desert for an event, and all you NeoGenesis fans out there will be happy to know that Palm Desert is in the desert, and this was a convention of a bunch of estheticians, and one of which was a gal who's been an esthetician for 41 years, if you can believe that. I love this lady. I grilled her before I became an esthetician. Her name is Amelia DeRadio. She is in Miami, Florida. She is the bomb if you want a great facial. And she now carries NeoGenesis because she asked me, she said, Christine, I hadn't seen her in about 3 years. She said, Christine, your skin looks amazing. What are you doing? And the only thing that's really changed was that I started NeoGenesis in January. And it's funny, I feel like every time I go to the desert, if I look in the hotel in the 10K, the 10X mirror, sorry, and you look at yourself in the mirror and your face looks all sunken and shrunken because it's so dry and age and whatever else. And I remember I was in Phoenix a couple of years ago and I saw my face in the 10X mirror. I was like, it scared the crap out of me. I had no idea, because I always tell my clients, if you have a 10X mirror, throw it away. So it was kind of a shock. And I think that's what sent me into, I think shortly after that, I went and got Botox, and I went and I got Sculptra and all this crap. And I'm glad I got that out of my system, because there are better options for us needlephobes now. And but it was a really great testimonial to have a lifetime esthetician. She's Cuban, learned all her techniques from her aunt in Cuba. And then when she, I guess her aunt opened up the very first skincare salon or skincare center in the state of Florida. So this is how long she's been an esthetician, a long time. When somebody like that says, your skin looks amazing and it looks better now than it did 3 years ago, I know something is up. So thank you, NeoGenesis Eye Serum. She's funny. She's carrying this line now. And Amelia has used every line possible. And I'm using their Recovery. This is the big old back bar version. And I'm using their Intensive Moisturizer and their Booster, which is not out yet, and a couple other things. They just have some really nice, the Moisture Mist I love. So if you're not on the NeoGenesis bandwagon, this is advanced stem cell science that you must be on. If you want to age as slowly as possible, this is your gig. I noticed a big jump in the thickness of the skin and how my skin behaved, and it's just not temperamental. I mean, I hardly ever get a breakout anymore. It's just the bomb. The stuff is the bomb. Go back and listen to some of my old videos on it. It explains the science. It's just beyond. So I also have heard about something lately, and this has got me like shits and giggles happy. It is so amazing. It's K-Beauty, Korean beauty. It's a new mask called Sculplla. And it's a little company out of Korea. And Sculplla is just it's just a ploy on the name Sculptra, which is the injectable. I actually had Sculptra a couple of years ago. It's supposed to last up to 2 years, but all the stuff I do to my face, I feel like it started to dissipate. And I was happy because I felt like I had been overfilled down here, and I would catch a glimpse of myself in the mirror and I would look like this chipmunk. I mean, after a certain point, even if you're doing microcurrent, there's a scaffolding that starts to get lost down here. And if you go in and artificially inject down here, it's a dead giveaway that you've had that done. I mean, you can see it on actors on TV. You're like, whoa, they just look so weird and immobile and funky down here, and I just don't like that look. So I was done with fillers. I'm done with Botox, and I feel like thanks to NeoGenesis, I don't have to do that anymore. However, because I'm always looking to push the envelope, I'm hearing all about the Sculplla. It is a mask that comes from Korea that uses the same ingredient, poly-L-lactic acid, which is also known as liquid sutures or liquid bandage. It's what they've used in surgery when, you know, they can't put stitches inside you. They have to sew you up somehow, you know. So they use this liquid sutures that are dissolvable sutures, which are poly-L-lactic acid. And they've done this since, I guess, I've heard the 50s, a long time. And then poly-L-lactic acid as an ingredient was approved by the EU, which everybody knows is hard to get approved by because they have higher standards than we do here on chemicals in the US. So it's been approved for a couple of years over there. So this Korean company was ingenious. They're like, well, if it works really good subdermally or injected deep within the skin or up under the muscle, not all that, where they do it and it feels so lovely. I'll never forget when they injected me right here and I was like, oh, holy crap. And my face was numb. I had a dental dam. I was just like, no, nobody's ever going to stick a needle up there again on me, ever. So anyway, I digress. They figured out how to push the poly-L-lactic acid in from the outside. And it's ingenious. It's basically, and I should tell you, this mask, it's not like a one day to the next gig. It is, one treatment can last 5 weeks. 5 weeks. It's a total game changer for an esthetician. Now, I'm sorry, I can't sell this to you. You have to go to a licensed esthetician. Application of this mask is really tricky, and it's actually making some estheticians almost cry and doubt their skills because it's tricky, you know. In the beginning, it's just tricky. But there's a learning curve, but you pick it up pretty quick. So, and if you do the mask once a week for 3 weeks, the results can last 5 months. So that is fantastic for people who are, you know, just afraid of needles and don't want to have anything to do with anything, you know, inside their face. So this is great. This is a total game changer. And as the esthetician world has gone berserk over this thing. And what I've seen in my practice, it doesn't hurt. It's a relaxing treatment. You basically put on the poly-L-lactic acid, and this has niacinamide and caffeine and a bunch of the other antioxidants and just nourishing and adenosine, which is a skin energizer, in it, right? You put this on, it's a serum, and then you put a sheet mask over it that has encapsulated hydrogen. And the hydrogen pushes the poly-L-lactic acid into the skin, like as deep as it will go from the outside, right? It pushes it in through the hair follicles. And somebody was saying this on the AO Medical Estheticians group, which is the only place you can buy this. It's like the tent poles that hold up the tent. And so it's really fascinating. I've done one treatment to myself. I did it last Sunday. Today is Thursday. And for the first 12 hours, you're not supposed to get your face wet, no sweating, no rubbing, do not wash your face. So for 12 hours, for max results, you don't do anything to your face after this treatment. I just pat in SPF and I have them go on their way. And so the before and after, like getting up off the table, is really amazing. But the magic happens in the days after, in the weeks after, because poly-L-lactic acid has a stimulatory effect. So when I had Sculptra 2 years ago, 2+ years ago, I noticed wherever they injected it, like the skin on top of that area, because that's how Sculptra works. It's not injectable per se, like has volume and boom, all of a sudden you have all this volume. No, your face swells because of the injections, but then it goes back down. And then within a month, it comes back out. So it's a really interesting, they actually did it, they did a lot of work with AIDS patients who'd had the atrophy from the fat loss. And they wanted to give these AIDS patients back some volume to their face, and it worked beautifully on them. And it's very non-invasive and it's gentle. So I noticed where they had put it, like my skin on top of that area looked rocking, and it didn't matter what I did to my skin, it always looked rocking. And I was like, this is very interesting, you know? So now they're taking this, they're pushing it into the skin from the outside, and that stimulatory effect starts to take place. And it's really bizarre. For the first 3 days afterwards, you know, you wake up the next day, you can wash your face. For the first 3 days, it's keep it simple. It's wash with a non-exfoliating cleanser. You don't want to do any exfoliation whatsoever for the first 3 days. Wash with a non-exfoliating cleanser, and then you put on your SPF during the day, and then at night you use some anti-aging cream, nothing very active. So NeoGenesis users, no NeoGenesis for the 3 days after, which was nearly killed me. But here's the good news. I used NeoGenesis last night, and I noticed, well, I started to notice this yesterday, that I felt like I had more volume through here. Like, this is squishier. And I was like, that's weird, because that's a hard place to get volume back, because, you know, we get these hollows here. I was like, what? That's crazy. And, oh, I digress. What was I saying? I'm sorry, mommy brain. So what I noticed was I was getting plumper there, but then when I put on NeoGenesis last night and I woke up this morning, I was like, whoa, it's like, just like, wait, and the skin just started to fill out, you know. And if you use NeoGenesis, you notice, like, if you wean off of it or you stop using it, you slowly go back to baseline, right? So I figure my skin was kind of slowly going back to that, but then adding NeoGenesis on top of this already bionic Sculplla mask, it's like, holy grail. So I've been lucking out and finding a lot of holy grails this year, and I'm just really happy to be able to introduce this to everybody who may not be, you know, privy to this information. So anyway, that's my dig. I've missed you all. If you have questions, shoot me a comment. Oh, I'm trying to build my channel, so if you could suggest, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, suggest to others, please subscribe. I've been doing this for 17 years. I have quite a few secrets I'd like to share. And that's it. If you need to contact me, I'm at indieesthetician.com, INDY, short for Indianapolis, esthetician.com. And all the information will be in the description box of this video. Thanks for watching.